And a very good morning to you. Welcome along. This is Chris Reardon on United Kingdom Radio. Programme is called United Kingdom Talk. You may notice the voice is a little bit different today. As you will notice, I wasn't here Tuesday due to ill health, boys and girls. Oh yes, the coughing. It was one of those, I can't be bothered to do anything illnesses, complete with cough and cold. I thought it had got better and then it came back again. And actually, it came back again last night, or very late this afternoon, or yesterday afternoon, just before I was to leave to work. And I thought I was going to go to the doctors this morning, so there wasn't going to be anything this morning as well. But I appeared to have had a very good sleep last night. Interestingly, the first time I've slept right the way through since I came back from holiday 2 weeks ago. Can you believe that? It's taken 2 weeks to get back into the time zone. Now, I don't know what's going on there, because when I've gone to Australia before, it's never taken 2 weeks to get back into the time zone. Is this anything to do with age, I wonder? You know, usually within a couple of days, I'm back in again. But this hasn't been the case. Since I came back off holiday on the, on the 4th of February I came back, wasn't I? And it's now, what, the 16th or the 17th? Something like that. I keep waking up every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, waking up, going to the toilet, coming back to bed again. And I don't even sleep in longer. I'm kind of waking up at 8:30, 9, you know, 8:45 in the morning, whereas my normal time of getting up is about 10, 10:30. But last night, for the first time, I actually slept from when I went to bed, which was about 4 o'clock last night, I suppose, until I got up this morning at 10 o'clock. And here we are now at 11 o'clock here on United Kingdom Radio doing the show. So I do feel a little bit better. The voice is still playing up a bit. Yesterday afternoon, I went to bed a little bit earlier than I usually do, because I do have a couple of hours sleep in the afternoon, and I thought, yesterday I felt quite tired, so I thought, well, I'll go to bed a bit earlier. Must be due to this cold I've had. So I got to bed about 4:30 in the afternoon. Well, round about 5:15, because I looked over at the clock, I woke up and it was so hot. I felt so hot and a little bit, you know, lightheaded, and I thought, oh no, here we go, you know, something's wrong here. Anyway, I managed to get myself to work. I stayed in bed for an hour and a half, I think, just watching the television, the news channels or something like that. And eventually I got up and got ready for work. And I did go to work last night at Belushi's in London Bridge, where we had a karaoke night. Another good karaoke night at Belushi. I'm starting to wonder if the Belushi's places ever have quiet nights. I don't think they do. Wednesday night, it was absolutely rammed in there last night. You know, very, very good. Now, the only thing is with the Belushi's in London Bridge is that it gets very hot in there. I mean, very hot in this place. There's this air conditioning. I swear for the life of me, it doesn't do a damn thing. It really doesn't. In the summer, they put a load of fans on all over the place. But the air conditioning in this place just doesn't work, which is madness, really, because it's so busy. It's so busy, and it gets very hot. And I remember years ago going to a club called Trade in London. And, oh, I haven't hit that record button, have I? Just a minute. There we are, recording now. Every time I forget that. You're supposed to remind me to do that, kids. Please remind me to hit the record button whenever I'm about to come on air, if you don't mind. Where was I? Oh, yes, went to this club called Trade in London. And I remember there, on a couple of occasions, going there, not feeling quite right, you know, a little bit coldy, a little bit fluey, perhaps. And I would dance all night long in that, and it was so hot. It was even hotter than Belushi's is. It was so hot in that place, right? But by the end of the the club night, but I say club night, I mean, we used to get there about 3 o'clock. I mean, this place was amazing. Trade. It was a club called Turnmills in East London. And, I mean, anything used to go into some of the sites in there, you see. But I used to dance all night long in this place. And by the end of the night, whatever I had wrong with me, cold, flu, whatever, you know, was gone. you'd sweated it out. And I have a feeling the same things happened last night because it was so hot in there. And by the end of the night, you know, I loaded up my car and actually I didn't feel too bad at all. I came home, straight to bed, no cup of tea, no piece of toast. Although I must admit, I struck lucky last night. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't pull anyone. No, not that lucky. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. This hasn't happened for a while. Chris Reardon doesn't pull anymore. That's the way it is. However, I struck lucky with the crisp machine. Oh, yes, they have a crisp machine outside. And when I finished work, I thought, well, as I'm ill... Okay, I use that excuse. As I'm ill, I'll purchase a bag of crisps from the crisp machine. So I put my money in, and I looked at the crisps, and I looked at on the cheese and onion crisps. It's got this machine, there are like lines of crisps inside, right, front to back. And there's like these two circular things either side, which are a little bit like like the screwing thing that you would remove the cork from a bottle, okay? So these crisps are kind of arranged in this corkscrew type affair. And I noticed on the cheese and onion crisps, right, that the crisp there appeared to be a bag of crisps right at the front, which was barely attached to this thing. I thought, I wonder. And I put my money in, which was quite dear from a machine, to be honest. 70 pence a packet. 70 pence for a packet of potato. There's not even a whole potato in there, is there? For God's sake. 70p. Anyway, I put my money in, 70p. I put a pound coin in and got change, which, to be honest, is unusual for that machine. Usually it's run out of change, so it just swallows up the whole pound. And then I go home feeling very, very ill. But not in this case. I put my money in, pressed the buttons, B.O. The crisps were on B.O. Anyone who's used one of these machines will know exactly what I mean. Same sort of machines in swimming pools or anything like that. Click B.O. and the corkscrew thing started turning around, and almost immediately out dropped a bag of cheese and onion crisps. Walkers, of course. Walkers, gotta be Walkers. But then the corkscrew things continued to turn, and out dropped a second bag. Oh, yeah. Results. So I was able to enjoy two bags. I looked carefully around me to check that no one was watching, and they weren't. And I got into my car with my they got a tea machine, like in the pub behind the bar as well. And I am permitted to make myself as many cups of tea as I want. I have one at the beginning of the evening, and I usually pack away all my stuff, which takes a good half an hour. And then I make another cup of tea for the way back. And they're paper cups, you know, with the plastic lids on, so don't spill it all out in the car. So I made myself a cup of tea with that. My 2 bags of crisps. I got back in my car. Oh, wonderful. You know, driving through the streets of London with a cup of tea and 2 bags of crisps, which incidentally didn't last very long. I scoffed the lot. And I'm afraid I used my illness as an excuse for having those 2 bags of crisps. How naughty. Not only that, but at the beginning of the night, when I was feeling worse, strangely enough, worse than at the end of the night, I did help myself to, because they've got a Sainsbury's, what is it? You know, the little Sainsbury's Extra, Sainsbury's Metro, I don't know what it's called. You know, a little corner shop, Sainsbury's, they've got across the road from Belushi's in Borough High Street. And I did purchase myself, because I felt ill, a Mars bar and a sort of medium bar of Galaxy chocolate, which I had these 2 items, and I immediately felt better. It's true. I immediately felt better. So there we are. So illness, I think nearly gone now, but as I say, the voice is not quite there. I did have the cold on Tuesday, really, when it was quite bad in the morning. I wasn't like sneezing or anything like that, or coughing. It was just, I can't even explain it. Would you call it a cold? I wasn't even sneezing. It was just like a head thing. And a feeling of, oh, God, I really don't want to do anything. So that was Tuesday. That's why we didn't do a show on Tuesday. My best mate, Ronnie, was already on his way round, because he comes round on occasional Tuesdays, and on other Tuesdays I go there. And he had promised to take me out for a carvery. So we did go out for a carvery anyway on Tuesday afternoon, and I seemed to manage to stuff that down me. We went to a new one, actually, in a place called Frimley in London. If you want to have a look on the internet, there's pictures of it. The Toby Carvery Frimley, Frimley. Very, very nice. Now, he thought, well, it'd be better if we got there really early this time, because usually some of these places can get a bit busy. Although during the week, you sort of, you know, it's not too bad during the week. You don't want to go to a carvery on a Sunday or a Saturday, because they are very busy on these days. And on a Sunday, besides on a Sunday, you don't get the special price on a Sunday. All during the week, the Toby carveries, you can go for £5.49. We'll get you a great big dinner. Okay, on a Sunday, I gather it's £9.95, which, you know, to be honest, is still very, very good value for money, but it's twice the price near enough. So we don't go Sundays. So we went there, and we got there at 12:30. My God, the place was already packed. 12:30 on a Tuesday afternoon. The Toby Carvery in Frimley, packed already. So we got there. And we were found, it's quite funny actually, it was a table for two, please. Okay, of course there's no smoking anywhere now, which is wonderful, you know. There's nothing worse, was there? Do you remember this? When you used to go to a restaurant and people would be smoking around you everywhere. It was just awful. Awful. No more smoking in places like that. So she first offered us this little table, which was right by the door that we come in, and said, oh, have you got anything else? She said, yeah, go round the back. So we found another table there. And that was fine. So we sat down and ordered our food. Well, we don't order our food. We just tell, what drinks would you like? I had a cup of tea. I think he had a Coke or something like that. And then she said, okay, if you want to go and help yourself. And you go around and they give you the bits of meat, and then you help yourself to the vegetables. And all very nice. Very nice indeed. It's funny, actually. Frimley is not particularly close to me. It's about a 15-minute drive from my house, this place. Although it's the nearest carvery that we've found so far to my place. And while we were in there, I went to the toilet, and a lady spotted me. She said, hello, it is you, isn't it? And I looked down, and I thought, oh, I know this. Who is this woman? I know this woman. And it's the lady that walks. She's got two little dogs, and whenever I cycle past her near my house, these dogs go mad. They're only two little oh, they're little dogs. Now, what are they now? They look like little old men. They're not terriers. Those other little dogs, what are they? Oh, I can't remember now. Little dogs. No, not sausage dogs, no. Don't see many of those now, do you? Sausage dogs. What happened to those? The long ones. God knows how those tiny little paws used to be able to hold all that weight. Mind you, I look at my own legs sometimes and I think that. No, Jack Russells. That's it, Jack Russells. So I remember now. They were Jack Russells. She's got two Jack Russells. And whenever I go cycling past them, and they go mad, and these things are pulling on the lead. One day I'm going to have my ankles bit off by these things, I reckon. And she was in there as well, which is quite nice. I said, do you come in here very much? She said, yeah, usually once every couple of weeks. I didn't dare tell her it was the second carvery I've had that week, because I went Saturday. I've been very piggish this week, really. I went Saturday as well, you know. So that was very nice. And then when we came out, we had our meal, and it's a very good service in there and all that, wonderful. Came out, as I was coming out, that first table that we were offered was still empty. And I noticed that another couple come in and they said, can we table for two, please? And the woman, she pointed, said, yeah, would you like this one? Or have you got something else? No one wants to sit at this table. I don't know why that is. And it was still empty. Poor little I felt sorry for the table, to be honest. So even though I was ill, I managed to have that carvery, and that was it. And then the rest of Tuesday, really, I spent relaxing on the settee. But Tuesday night, I had to go to another Belushi's. This is Belushi's in Fulham. Now, I haven't been to that one. Well, I did pop in there last week to have a go. But I did say I wanted to bring my equipment in there to try it, because we're doing a new karaoke night on Tuesday nights at another one of the Belushi's in Fulham, which is in southwest London, which is great, really, because it's just round the corner from my old school, the London Oratory School. And it's kind of like turning the full circle here, you know? To be able to work in a venue which is like on your old school's doorstep. Of course, I left school, what is it, 18, 28, 30 years ago now. And that's quite nice, that is, being in that same area. It's just around the corner from the tube station, and we're going to be doing karaoke there on Tuesday nights, starting the first week in March. I'm very much looking forward to that. I did mention it at Belushi's in Hammersmith on Monday, that anyone that might want to come down. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4 people came down. Now, let me think. There was Anna, her daughter Georgina, there was George from Newcastle, and there was John from Sainsbury's, all regular karaoke people at the Belushi's in Hammersmith. And I said, anyone who wants to come down, it's not really a proper night, but we want to try out the system. And so we had a nice little night in there. Only did about an hour and a half in there, and they come and sang some songs, and the sound system is fine, except for one of the speakers, which I don't think is working. Apart from that, everything's fine. And so there we are, another little job. Tuesday night's karaoke at Belushi's in Hammersmith from, in Fulham, from the 1st of March, okay? And came back home Tuesday, and I didn't feel particularly bad at all. I went to bed, and that was it. And it was yesterday, what was it again? Yesterday morning was okay. That's Wednesday morning, was okay doing my stuff in the morning, doing the daytime. And it was when I went to bed, and I woke up at, as I say, about 1:15. I was ever so hot. And I just didn't feel right at all. But my friend Ron, he says, when you get hot like that, it's your body fighting something off. So it seems to have fought off whatever it was, but has left me with a bit of a voice, which, if you don't mind me saying so, I think I'm sounding quite sexy today. Do you? A little bit sexy? I don't know. Sorry about those of you watching the live video camera today. It looks a bit blurred to me. And I'm not quite sure why that is. It's a bit of a blurry camera. I might be able to do something about that. Just a second. Let me see if I can... It's got a lens thing here at the front. Is that any better? Oh, actually, I think I've sorted it. There we are. That's better. I should have done that in the first place, shouldn't I? There we are. Right, some messages coming in. Good morning to Fagash Lil in Hove in Brighton. Nice place. Not Hove in Brighton. In Hove near Brighton. Nice place, Hove. Who says, you do sound rough in a sexy kind of way. Yes, I'm thinking of... Perhaps I could do those chat lines. Or maybe I could appear... They have these rude TV stations at night here. I don't know if any of you have seen any of those. Maybe you have them in the... Well, I know you have them in New York. God, I've never seen anything... The ones in New York are much worse than the ones here in the UK. They have rude TV stations. Maybe I could get a job on one of those... something like Babestation. Has anyone watched Babestation? It's on very late at night. And you get this woman, she's holding her phone to her mouth, and she's usually lying on a bed or a couch making all sorts of erotic movements. Has anyone seen that? I reckon I could get a job on Babestation. I could see Fagash Neil on Babestation, actually. She says, you sound rough in a sexy kind of way. I do hope you didn't pick up anything nasty from down under. Well, that would have been 2 weeks ago, wouldn't it? It would have been 2 weeks ago, if I'd have picked anything up, I don't know. Good morning to Stephen Parker, who says, press the red button. Well, I don't think, have I got a red button here anywhere? I haven't got a red button to press here, Stephen. But thanks for asking. Good morning, Gary Davidson. Morning, Gary. Who says, morning, Chris, just got home from shopping and thought to myself, you will get told off again for being late for the show. Yes, you will be, Gary. Do try and be here on time. Is it me, or are you out of sync? Is that on the live video? There's a bit of a problem with the live video thing today. I'm not quite sure why. Not a lot I can do about that, Gary. I'm afraid once we've got going, that's it. But as always, you know, I think the sound is more important. As long as the sound is working, then that's fine. If you ever want to watch any of the shows again, including this one, then you can go to the main United Kingdom Talk website, and it will all be in sync there. You can find that at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Yes, it may well, actually, now I'm looking at it, Let me just try something. Let's see if that makes any difference. Has that made any difference at all? Probably not. No, I think there is something wrong with the... I know, actually, I think I know what it is. I've changed cameras today. I've got a different camera out, and I think that's what's doing it. If I stop that now, it will all stop, and we'll have to start from scratch again, so I can't really do that. Sorry about that, Gary. Good morning to Phil, who says, can you set up a webcam for the karaoke? I thought about doing that once. I don't think it's possible, because I used the computer to do the karaoke. Also, the karaoke system I use is all online. All right, so that uses X amount of bandwidth. As you know, video uses more bandwidth than everything else. So I don't think it's possible, but I will look into that, Phil. That might be a laugh, actually. That might actually be a laugh, yeah, setting up a camera like that. All right. Good morning to Danny, who says, good morning, dear. I would be the gay version of what? Of the gay version of Babestation. I can see myself doing that. Has anyone seen that? Any of you that are old enough? Babestation. You'll have to stay up till about 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to see. Oh, it's the most awful thing you've ever seen. I've never known girls who can wear so much makeup in various different parts of their body. I can't think of anyone else who could do that Babestation. I don't think Suko would want to do it. It's not her sort of thing. Definitely not. Good morning to James, who says, how are you? Better than I was yesterday, James. Thank you very much for asking. Better than I was yesterday, but not quite right yet. I am supposed to go into London today to have my hair cut. I've got a few Thursdays off at the moment. I've decided that I'm doing too much again, so I'm taking a few Thursdays off to see if I can recover a little bit, and then I'll go back after that. Fortunately, a very good friend of mine, Grant, who works at the same place as me where I work on Thursday nights, he does DJing as well, so he's kindly said to me that he will be happy to do the next 4 Thursdays where I take a bit of a break from Thursdays, which is madness really, because I've just had the holiday, haven't I? You know, I have just had a holiday. Absolutely mad. Danny says, I have flicked past Babestation. I'm sure you have. There's an email address. If you want to join in at any time on the email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. You can join in live. If you're with us live, and you'll know this by quickly looking at your clock now. If I tell you now, the UK time is 27 minutes past 11 on Thursday, the 17th of February, 2011. Okay, Thursday, the 17th of February, 2011. It's 27 minutes past 11. If that's the time in the UK or where you are now, then you are with us live, and you can join in with us live by Skype or telephone. Our Skype username is all one word. United Kingdom Radio is the Skype username. All right? United Kingdom Radio, the Skype username. Or indeed, there's a phone number as well. The phone number is 020 3287 1488. 020 3287 1488. All right? Once again, the Skype in, all one word, United Kingdom Radio. And the phone in, 020 3287 1488. If you're with us live or watching a recording, then you can join in by email. Email address chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk or chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. They all come into the same place. All right? Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm bidding... Oh, I've just got an email. I hope you don't mind. I've got an email here. And I'm bidding on something. Let me see, how long have I got now? End time 20th of February. Shall I leave it for a while? There's an old Smith's electric clock. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a link on my Facebook. My Facebook username is Chris Reardon UK. If you haven't got that, do add that, because sometimes I put links to things we're doing within the show. Those of you that are listening or watching on the computer today, I've put a link on my wall. There you go, have a look at that. Is it on? There we are. There's a link on my wall. My Facebook username, Chris Reardon UK, all one word. I've put a link on my wall, and it's to something I'm bidding on eBay. It's an old Smith's electric clock, but it's beautiful, and I've just found that I've been outbid. Stephen in Sweden, have you ever been outbid on anything?
Yeah.
What?
Every time.
Oh, do you really?
Every time. I've only done the eBay thing a few times.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been out. Well, most of the time I've won once.
Well, you've never won anything.
Well, I have won. Yeah, once.
Oh, what did you get? Are we allowed to know?
It was a battery. It was a battery for a
battery
for an iPod, and
oh, okay.
My stupidity.
How on earth do you change the battery in an iPod?
I don't know. I bought the battery thinking it was an iPod.
So you bought the battery, but you
yes,
because you thought it was an iPod.
Yes, it was many years ago.
Oh.
I wanted an MP3 player.
Yeah.
Just to use as a recorder. But I don't know what happened.
Well, I don't know what to say, really, Steve. I mean, well, this clock, you can't buy these anymore, and it's now going for 31 quid, which is a bit dear, really. It's an old-fashioned thing, you know, that you would have found perhaps in a waiting room in a train station or something like that, you know.
What, are you talking about the clock behind you?
No, that's a battery operated. That's actually battery operated. The clock.
It's a mystery. Why does it chime 15 minutes past the hour?
It chimes every 15 minutes, like Big Ben.
Oh.
Here it goes. Now listen.
Yep. Heard it.
See?
Now I don't know how to articulate this.
What?
But it's actually something, it's like a phenomena that I've got to talk about.
Yes, go on. Yes.
I'm sure that you are familiar with this, and I call it. I don't want to kind of talk about anyone in particular, but should we say that an ex-presenter, in fact, of United Kingdom radio,
yes,
has become very upset with me.
Why is that?
Well, not really. I wasn't insulting him, but I
Oh, what did you say, Steve? You do speak without thinking.
I do. What I said was, this will sound silly. I talked about him. I was being nice, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about the phenomena of people really being oversensitive. Really, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
And I said that he was upset about something that he wasn't, and he got very annoyed. He said I was very rude.
Oh.
The thing is, I'm there's something. What I mean is that this kind of hypersensitivity that seems to occur during messages over the internet. Have you noticed it?
Well, I tell you what. You know, some people are hypersensitive, others aren't. I am not. You can say most things to me, and I won't get upset. You can say as many derogatory gay terms as you want to me, and I will laugh at it because I think a lot of it's funny. But other people, you're quite right, are hypersensitive. And you know what? Most of the people who are hypersensitive are themselves a bit mouthy and are quite happy to upset other people with the things that they say. Now, I don't know I've no idea who you're talking about.
The thing is, it's actually quite surprising, but should we say that, the thing is, I said that I have found people.
I have found people, in particular, a couple of drag queens that I've worked with over the years, who are really good at giving it out. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? It's funny you mention the drag queens and people.
The moment you give it back to them, they get very upset. And
I didn't give it out. All I said was, it was like this. This Ross Padselt. Well, I can talk about Ross. It
was Ross, was it? Okay, yeah.
No, but it wasn't him. It was somebody. I talked to Ross.
Who was it then?
It was an ex-presenter of United Kingdom Radio, but who has a cardboard face.
A cardboard face? Who's that then?
Well, he
I've no idea what you mean.
He has a habit of saying Yeah, but I'm very.
You're giving too much information away here.
I already have. There's only one person. But the thing is,
I can't work out who you mean here. But carry on anyway.
No, but I was very silly because I was told by this person,
right?
Don't associate with Ross Patzelt, etc., etc.
Oh, really?
And I actually did listen. I was standing up for this nameless person.
Yeah.
But ended up getting burned for it. And I said, I'm very afraid of these people. I'm very afraid of my sensitivity.
Absolutely, honestly, now I have no idea who you're talking about here. So don't say the name. It doesn't matter. Perhaps
I don't need to say it. I've already said too much by saying he has a cardboard face. he won't be listening.
Face?
Oh, he might be, but I was very sorry about it.
It must be the way you're looking at. I don't know anyone with I don't even know what a cardboard face is.
Well, come on, there's a cardboard face presenter who used to swear an awful lot.
God, who's this then?
And first and second name. Now, I've already said too much by saying he has a cardboard face.
Do you know, I don't know if... I don't know if it's me or I've really got no idea who you mean here. But
he goes by a name of.
No, don't say it, because then I'll.
His name is I don't need to. I can say it because there's only one radio presenter who has a cardboard face. That's Basil Butler.
Shut up! You upset too many people, boy. I know that. You upset girls. You upset boys. You got to learn to control what you're saying.
I do. So did I tell you about my ex-girlfriend?
Yes, you have told me hundreds of times.
I do. I said. Thing is, this was over nothing. It was over nothing. It was. And I think what it was, I got viewed as me starting trouble, and I didn't. That wasn't my intention.
Right. But it is true. Most people who get upset by this thing are themselves mouthy and think it's okay. There are plenty of people around who think it's quite okay to say anything they want to because they can. And I don't think it is, because you end up upsetting an awful lot of people. And the funniest thing of it all is often they then don't understand why people have got upset with them.
Do you know the first thing this person ever said to me?
This is all to do with how things are taught in school. You know, when I was at school, you were taught, to hold back a bit. Don't come out with your opinions all the time, because it upsets people. It does upset people. You've got to think, how will the other person think about it? That being said, you can probably say anything to me and I'll just laugh it off because I'll make you sound like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? So it is usually the people that are offended are themselves the ones who are a little bit mouthy and don't know when to control it.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried that.
What, you think are you going to come?
I'm worried that I'm too mouthy, so I'm kind of wondering why I need self-control as well. But I did say these what I meant was actually this isn't actually. I gave the wrong example, because actually this wasn't based on anything over the internet. But what I've noticed is people acts completely differently. People that I know.
Oh, on the internet. Oh yeah. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So what I did was actually I broke contact. I've chosen to break contact with these people because I can't deal with it.
Right.
No, if you understand, every single thing is analysed.
Well, yes, I mean, you get people doing that as well. I mean, I've got a couple of friends. You can't ring them up and say something to them, because then they say, oh, now, why'd you say that? And then they start trying to work out exactly, and it's too much. They're over-analysing. Over-analysing. I might ring up someone and saying, oh, I think you should watch so-and-so because this isn't... Oh, well, what makes you say that? Well, I'm just telling you how it is. Yeah, but what makes you say that? Only you think you wish you'd never, ever said anything in the first place. It's like, sometimes when I'm ill, You know, you've got certain people that care about you. For example, my lovely Auntie Brenda, she's the one who lost her husband last year, was my mum's sister. And if I cough down the phone, okay, oh, hello Brenda, how are you? Oh, have you got a cough? Have you got a cold? Are you okay? And you can't tell them that you're ill, because then it's over-sympathise, which is lovely. Lovely to have people that care about you like that. But it's over-sympathising.
I do understand,
you know what I mean?
Completely.
But on the other hand, you know, I always remember Mum saying to me, when I used to be winding up, she'd say, "You'll miss me when I'm gone." And I said, "No, I won't, Mum. I'll be fine. You'll have no one. You'll have no one to look after you when you're ill." And all this business. And I would laugh it off. Well, here we are. Mum's gone, and guess what? Yes, I do miss her. And yes, there is no one to look after me when I'm ill, except a few close friends, you know. But they're not here. You know what I mean? They're not here in the house. And I find that quite frightening. I find it frightening that I'm on my own here. Okay, cold, fair enough, you know, broken arm, fair enough. You know, what about a heart attack?
Do you know, I know what you mean. You suddenly made me feel a bit worried now.
Exactly. There's no one to see me drop on the floor. And then that's it. No one to pick up the phone and ring an ambulance. It will just happen, bang, and that's it. There's a thought for you. Sorry about that. I mean, I'm going to try and get the cat to learn to dial on the phone. Will that work?
I'm wondering if you're genuinely. I think you're genuinely worried about this.
I do worry about things like that. Yeah.
Have somebody. Oh no, but heart attack. But God and Bennett. It's not anything, you know. But I was thinking of putting the local medical, the local emergency number on speed dial or something.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the time it's happened, I don't think you know. I mean, I don't know. I've been very lucky never to have something like this. But you know, let's get these things into perspective. I'm 48. You hear of people in their early 40s having things like heart attacks and all that, don't you?
Do you know?
I'm in that age now. There seems to be an age in the middle, you know, between young and old, where these things happen. I think once you get over a certain age, then it's, you know, you're probably not going to have one. I don't know.
You've got strokes to worry about.
Well, that's the other thing. So,
oh, no.
I mean, strokes, I mean, a good cause of that is salt, isn't it? But my dad, I mean, he used to pour the salt on his dinner. Absolutely poor. He had a stroke. In fact, he had 2 strokes, my dad. And I put that down to the salt. My best mate, Ron, you want to see how he loads the salt onto his food? Oh, it scares me. I don't add salt to anything. The only thing I ever add salt to is if I'm using my bread making. I've got one of those bread making machines, which, to be honest, doesn't come out of the cupboard very often. And that gets like a teaspoon of salt. Everything else, I add salt to absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's good. But I think it's probably these trans fatty acids.
Those as well. Yeah. In biscuits and things like that. Yeah.
Well, I feel the thing is, the funny thing is, I suffer from panic attacks, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, the panic attacks sometimes can, you know, they can appear to be all kinds of illnesses and things. I actually felt the other day like I was having a stroke or something. I really did feel it. My head was swelling.
Yes,
oh God.
Yes, panic attacks, very, very scary. I had one about 2.5 years ago. I had been told something, okay? I'd been told something in the morning, and that night I had a panic attack. And it is the worst thing. You think you're going to suffocate. Your chest all gets tight. It's very, very scary. Very scary. But you know, if you can recognise the symptoms, if you've had one before, you can often deal with that. But that's all it is, a panic attack. But they are very scary as well, Steve.
Oh, they are. But the symptoms change. When I have them often.
Yeah.
I feel actually it's not merely suffocating.
No.
It's a feeling that there is no air in the room.
Yeah. That's it. That's the one. I had it. Can you? Oh, do that again. Yeah. Do that again.
Yeah.
Can you do the breathing again?
It's got.
Do you know what? I think you'd be quite good on that Babestation as well as me. Did you want to do a duo?
Babestation.
Babestation. Do you want to do a duo act?
That sound. You made me think of something actually. When you were talking about the video.
Yeah.
I used to make YouTube videos, right?
Why did you stop?
Well,
is it time? I mean, they're pretty time intensive, aren't they?
Do you know why I stopped? I stopped. I don't make videos usually for a different reason.
Right.
I have changed. I really don't.
What, into a woman?
Well, yeah, that's part of it, but I really don't want a video camera. I don't really want that side to be revealed. If you know what I mean. I might make a video, but on the other hand, I don't know. I feel exposed. The last time, I'm not literally exposed. I think we should exposed.
We should both go on Babestation and be exposed, I reckon.
Oh dear. Oh.
Go on, off you go. I've got some emails here to do.
Bye bye.
Thanks for calling. Well, I think that boy's losing the plot. I really. Stephen, but you know, going back to what he said then, some people are either they are hypersensitive or they're trying to make something out of nothing, you know. I agree with that. And they do tend to be the people, I find, who are just as easy with their outgoing comments. They don't care about what people think or say, you know. They start criticising someone's work or whatever without actually thinking what they think. You know, unbelievable. Right, some more messages coming in. Phil in Hoddesdon says, I think that clock that you're looking at, which was, I think we're at about 100, what are we at now? £32 now for this clock. He reckons that's overpriced. So I may abandon that one. I think I might abandon the bidding for that. All right. So I appreciate you letting me know that. Thank you very much, Phil there. Danny says, I won a tenner on the lottery. Have you won anything? Yes, I have. Years and years ago, I won £75 on the lottery. Which isn't bad, is it? £75 on the lottery. Lovely. Yeah, and I've won a few tenors. I don't do it very often anymore, to be honest, the lottery. He's going to Ibiza in August. Lovely. I did go to Ibiza, 1999, that was. Oh, you'll like it there. If you like drinking and all that business, it all goes on there, dear. And you need to go to Ibiza Old Town. Don't go to San Antonio. Although, of course, all the lovely straight and boys and girls are in San Antonio. And they are quite nice to look at, but you can't touch, Danny, okay? Because they're straight lads. And that's it. Thank you very much. Let's see. Any more messages? Yeah. Fagashlil says, obviously I don't watch Babestation. Do you not, Fagashlil? I thought you swung both ways, my darling. Is that right? Have I got that wrong there? She said, I don't watch Babestation. Well, you know, I don't like to see myself on camera. But I did learn yesterday that I no longer need a TV licence and it's nothing to do with my age. Is that right? Why don't you need a TV licence then? Or is that prying it? Are you partially sighted? Do blind people need TV licences? Terry Turner would know that, wouldn't he? Terry's actually very partially sighted. Believe it or not, I think it's amazing what he's achieved, Terry Turner. He does a show here on United Kingdom Radio on Friday nights at 8 o'clock UK time. And he came round here to set up all the software for this particular station. And, you know, he was like an inch away from you know, on the computer screen, you can make letters and words bigger. I don't know how you do it. I think you press an F button or something. And he made it at the biggest thing. And he's literally right up to the computer screen working, inches away from it. It's just amazing what he does. I'll have to ask him if you need a TV licence if you're blind. I don't know, or partially sighted. Lil says, at your advanced age, Chris, I'm sure you can get one of those alert things to put round your neck in case of emergencies. Do you reckon? It's got a red button, isn't it? What if you accidentally set it off, though? That's the thing. So they must get very angry. That must happen all the time. Wouldn't it? I don't know. Lil says, there we are. We don't use the TV anymore, and as long as we only watch on-demand programmes on the computer, we don't need a licence. Yes, I'd heard of that. I had heard of that. She says, don't add links to eBay, as some people may bid against you in the hope of buying it for you. Is someone going to buy me that clock on eBay? I would appreciate that, yeah, because it's a little bit dear now. It's gone up to £30 now. So if you don't mind, you know, someone might want to buy me that clock on eBay. It's £31 at the moment. Phil reckons it's a bit overpriced, so we're not actually going to buy that now, I'm afraid. Okay? So don't bid against me, because you'll end up having to buy it for yourself. Here we are. Right. I think have we got John Springate with us as well today? My old mate from the Glitter Band. Eh? Is he out in Spain? Hello, John. Nice to have you with us this morning. Right, okay. Do you know, it's 10 to 12 and we haven't done any emails yet, have we? Never mind. Those of you that download my non-stop music mixes, there wasn't one last week. I just haven't had the time to do it, really. Okay, we should have another one on Saturday, hopefully, the non-stop music mixes. If you didn't get the most recent one, you can find that at chrisreardonshow.co.uk. They cost 80p. An hour and 20 minutes of non-stop music, fully licensed by the podcast licensed people, PRS thing. 80p that'll cost you. Get those from chrisreardonshow.co.uk. It's the one dated the 5th of February. That's up there, as well. All right. Okay, emails then. Let's go for these emails. Let me see. First of all, we've got to say hello to James. Was it James? Oh, let me see. Let me just check his name here. I'm going to get his name right. James, I think it was James. Yes, James. James, hello, James, who's 12 years old. And I'm not quite sure whereabouts you are, James, in the world. Let me see if I can see. Does it say it on your thing? Can we say that? It just says United Kingdom. Who's with us on the show today. Why aren't you at school this morning, James? Is it half term? Have you taken a day off just to tune in? I can't believe you've done that. Have you? Have you really? You naughty boy. Go to school. Anyway, James has recently, last night, sent in a radio demo because he's interested in doing a show. That might be quite nice, and so we'll have a little listen to that and see if I can, if he can be on, or whether he needs a little bit more help. So, hello, James, and thanks for joining us today. John, hello, John, is back in the UK. Hello, John. Back in the UK. Did you get fed up with Spain then? Oh, you didn't lose your house due to land grab, did you? You hear about that all the time, don't you, in Spain? Land grab. It's when you buy a bit of land or a house or whatever, and you build the house, and then the government come along and say it's all illegal, and they take it back. Only happens in Spain. I had actually considered moving, perhaps, in years to come, to Spain or somewhere like that. But you hear so many of these stories about land grab and all that. It frightens me that you could spend all your money on a house and then end up with nothing. Would be terrible, wouldn't it? So maybe not. Anyway, on to these emails. Hello to James, who writes, this is another James, on the subject of the carveries. Hi, Chris. He says this was for Tuesday. Sorry to hear you're not well to do your talk show today. Hope you get better soon, and hope to hear you on Thursday. Well, here I am. And thank you for that, Joan. I had quite a few lovely emails like that when I wasn't well on Tuesday. So thank you very much for those, boys and girls. James also writes, I've just found a pub near me offering 2 meals for £5. Well, that's very good. So I think it pays to look around for a good deal. If you do like these grand gestures on these rip-out events... Oh, hang on. And for a good deal. If you like doing these grand gestures on these rip-off events... Oh, well, Chris, don't fear. We have the next big one coming up next Easter. Then it's over until Christmas. I thought I would add this from James. Oh, he's talking about Valentine's, you see. He's talking about Valentine's. And yes, I told you I wasn't wrong, didn't I? Not a single card. Not a box of chocolates. Not a bunch of roses. Not even a bunch of daffodils or daisies. Got nothing on Valentine's Day, as usual. Okay? No, don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for me. Dear me. Hello to Paul. Two people here. Paul, hi Chris, hope you're well. I couldn't find a programme for Tuesday, the 5th, February the 15th. Did you not upload a show for that date? No, I was off. I was ill that day. Hope all is okay. Please let me know so I won't worry. Oh, Paul. You see, actually, you know, if I didn't turn up for a show, I think people would start sending ambulances round here, wouldn't they? Huh? Thank you for caring, people. And Jerry, hello Jerry, looked on Ustream and YouTube for your show on Tuesday. Did you not do a show this week? No, I didn't, was ill. If you didn't, I'm very sad. Will you be doing a show on Saturday? Yes, we should be here Saturday at 3 o'clock. Please do not stop making your videos. I prefer them sometimes better than watching TV. At least you've got something interesting to say. Oh, thank you, Jerry. Well, I try. You know, the whole TV thing has gone down the pan, hasn't it, since the introduction of these reality shows. Although one I like is back on air. Coach Trip is now back on Channel 4, Monday to Fridays at, is it 5, I think 5 or 5:30, okay? Coach Trip is on. Already the first 3 shows have been aired. And if you know Coach Trip or you've been watching it, 2 of the most boring people, or not very pleasant, Ruth and Steve, have already been sent home. Did you see? Anyone see Coach Trip? Ruth and Steve, oh, he was a miserable git, he was. No sense of humour whatsoever. All the other people on the coach, they were being a little bit rowdy and lots of double meanings, if you see what I mean. Innuendos, that sort of thing. And he just thought it was all a bit rough, you know. So there we are. Coach Trip, I'm glad to see the back of Ruth and Steve. Don't know who's going to go next. I thought there were 2 girls on there. And I thought they were going to be the first ones to go because they were a bit cocky. Or a little bit cocky on there, you know. These 2 girls. So there we are. Coach Trip, now on Monday to Friday, I think about 5 or 5:30 in the afternoon on Channel 4. James actually says, young James says he talks about Coach Trip in his demo. Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to that, my friend. All right. Stephen says, were I to receive something on Valentine's Day, I would start looking over my shoulder for a stalker. Don't talk about stalker. I had one of those last year, you know. I had a stalker last year who found out my phone number and my home phone number. I had to change all my phone numbers. Seriously. It sounds funny until it happens. I bet John Springer... Have you had a stalker, John? Because you're like a very famous person, aren't you? John used to play in the Glitter Band. I'm sure you've heard of those. Yeah? He used to play instruments on there. And what was it you used to play? Was it the guitar or the drums? Was one or the other, wasn't it? I can't remember what you used to do. Anyway, I worked with John for quite a few years in bars and clubs as well, after he come out and set up on his own, doing little shows and that. Wonderful man. So, John, have you... What did I just ask you? You see, I'm losing the plot. I can't remember what I'm saying from 1 minute to the next here. Let's see. A couple of more emails here. Hello to Kelly. I don't know if I'm going to have time for all this. Who says, I've listened to you for a couple of years now, with hopes that you can teach me about my English husband. The things I've learned are too numerous to put them down in an email. I've enjoyed your show immensely and begin to understand my husband's idiosyncrasies. I could go on, but I'll save it for another day. I typically listen to you and enjoy your English accent and rabbiting on ad nauseum. You are a combination of Catherine Tate's nan, Lauren, and the girl that says, "Good morning, Martin." I also put you on for my 5-month-old foster son, hoping he might get a bit of an English accent eventually. Is he 5? Oh, bless him. Is he talking yet? He's not talking. Is he crawling? Is he crawling? And even though he's a foster son, I was able to find someone to give us breast milk for him. Oh, I've never heard of that. So finally, I have a question for you. I have a theory that breastfed babies have fewer colds, but you seem to have colds quite often. Were you a breastfed baby? Where are you lot coming from today, eh? And that's from best regards and all my admiration. Keep up the good work from Kelly in North Carolina, USA. First of all, thank you very much. Is it Kelly or Keeley? Kellie. I'm not quite sure how you say that, Kelly or Keeley. First of all, thank you very much for that wonderful email, my love. I don't know if I was breastfed. I was adopted. So I don't know. I don't think I don't think I would have liked that, to be honest. You know, I mean, all that. Oh no! Oh God! Putting my mouth on the woman's breast. It's not really me, to be honest. Eh? But thank you, Kelly, for asking. John, yeah, I was talking about Stalkers, but unfortunately, I'm nearly out of time, John. I don't know if you can be with us perhaps Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Or next Tuesday or Thursday at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's when this show is live. Okay, because I've run out of time to talk to you now. Sorry about that, mate. Anyway, boys and girls, time to go. Let me give you the email address one more time. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Feel free to send in an email if you're watching a recording of the show. And I'll be back with you live again on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock UK time. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good